Hello and welcome back for the back nine of the Alutaguse Open 2026 Baltic Championship supported by Innova Europe. And this again is Chris Shotwell, joined by Anneli Tõugjas-Männiste, and here to talk and watch some great coverage.
And we are on the Alutaguse course. So here we have the introduction again with Sintija leading this competition with a score of -7. And Kaidi, right now she's even.
Got some good birdies on the front nine to start climbing back into it.
And Keiti with a score of +3.
Nice even par through the front nine. Looking to attack on the back.
And me with a score of even. So we are trying to do some job over there, like.
Still a lot of room left between the leader and second place, but momentum can be a tricky thing.
So this hole is like 88 meters and it's super easy, but somehow the triple mando just is not making it easy.
With no mando there, I feel like you could park this hole 9 times out of 10, but all of a sudden with that big bear staring at you, it gets a little trickier. And again, with wind blowing, that's going to make things a little more unpredictable.
And too low. On the fairway.
On the fairway, right shape. Tough to commit to throwing the shot high enough when you know the wind can carry, push you off your line and make you miss a mando.
And with this hole, I feel like you have to throw higher, because when you go and walk towards the basket and you see the tee is like not on the same level.
Well, it looks like Keiti got that memo because she threw that shot nice and high. Looked like it was on an ace run for a second there.
I always think that, like, try to ace that hole because there's no OB.
No OB long.
No, just a triple mando.
Just the mando.
Yeah, but no other OBs.
I recall last year finding an OB line that I didn't even know was there after I hit the mando wall and kicked to the right. So I don't see.
Oh yeah, the right side is OB really. Yeah.
Wow. Speaking of the ace run. I mean, that was on a string from the tee pad all the way to the basket, just a dead straight line.
Yeah, now we're seeing forehand roller.
About the only play from there to get to the basket.
Yeah. I'm just going for it.
Yeah, give it a little hyzer putt run.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, you're going for everything here. May as well give that a good bid. Confident on the comeback putt anyways. Wow, and look at the clouds rolling in. Went from sunny to overcast in a heartbeat there.
Yeah, but we still had like good weather. Yeah, no comeback for me. It was like on a previous round I put it too low, so I was like, yeah, put it higher. And I went too high.
Oh, if it wasn't for memory, the disc golfer's memory. Way too many traumatic missed putts in our subconscious, unfortunately.
And we're seeing 2 birdies, and Sintija and Keiti getting them.
That is a well-earned birdie. As much as it looks like it's a straightforward one, it can be very easy.
So this hole is very tricky. A lot of trees. You have to hit the gap perfectly, basically, and the disc has to go over a bit.
Very unique shape to a hole to have to throw up a hill, but then have something that's kind of turning over and pushing to the right once you crest the hill, and then somehow the nose has to get down and drop back down. I have still yet to see a shot that really got inside that bullseye area, but hopefully this will be the first here.
So this is the shot you have to make and look at it. This is perfect. That's how you do it. You haven't seen that.
Haven't seen this footage. I was just being optimistic, but that is by far the best drive I've seen on this hole.
Yeah,
that was incredible.
I agree. Not enough anhyzer. But
Yeah.
still ended up like okay.
Yeah, the
It's
beautiful
not the
thing
worst.
with that many trees, there's a lot of gaps to choose from.
I've never heard of that. Let's see what Kaidi can do. Yeah. That's also hitting the line.
Yeah, really good
Perfectly.
shape.
I think
Just-
she got some trees over there.
Yeah, it just stayed turning over a little bit longer, but that looked like the exact line she was trying to hit.
I'm also trying to go with the baby anhyzer with my Shrike. And too late release. But it's still going through somehow. That's how it ended up there.
That's exactly how you drew it up. I remember. There's so many gaps.
Yeah. Sometimes you just get lucky.
So your baby anhyzer turned into a full-grown anhyzer in a hurry.
Yeah,
Pushed off to the right,
Yeah.
but still got a look.
that was a really bad release, so I'm just trying to get a par and move on.
Yeah, pretty impossible to try to attack that aggressively.
Yeah.
Just get up there, and like you said, pars can be critical on this course. Just eliminate the bogeys.
Kaidi also just trying to get a par. And see, last basket was too high. This was like, yeah, don't put it too high anymore. Go low.
Well, I'd say you did the job of getting yourself up there for a putt.
The next ones, now I know where to aim more.
Yeah, we're gonna have to start measuring the basket height
Yes.
before each putt. Make sure those calculations are all factored in.
So this is really a bonus birdie. This is like a great birdie, so well done by
Absolutely.
Keiti.
Yep, that is a stroke separator there.
Keiti already like having 2 birdies on the back 9.
Okay, so she's feeling pretty good about finishing this round out.
Yeah.
And that's going to bring us into hole 12.
I feel like this hole is very boring par 3 because for the FPO it's quite impossible to park it if you don't have the right wind. Mostly the wind is from left to right or like a headwind or something. It like pushes the hyzer down. But if you have the right wind from right to left, then you can park it.
Yeah, the only option here is a right hand, backhand,
Yeah.
up on a high hyzer and hope it pans as far to the left as you possibly can.
Yeah.
And like you said, it can be very difficult to get it to go far enough left without the help of the wind.
This hole demands like a huge hyzer. Usually we don't have that. Or you have to like go really close to the woods on the left side. Nobody wants to take that risk.
And on a hole where so few birdies are happening, you have to take a calculated risk. You don't necessarily want to attack and try for the one miracle birdie.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I could see where this isn't going to be the most spicy hole in that regard. But throwing a disc with a little bit of flip up that gives some long pan.
So we're seeing like a lot of similar shots. Nothing special. Everyone is just taking or trying to get a par and just move on. It's just one of those holes.
Yeah, maybe off the tee you're thinking this could be the perfect shot, but
Yeah.
as soon as you walk up there and realize you're not parked in the circle, it's like, okay, no problem, I'll take my par and walk away.
And that tree is the place you don't want to be. But I can like stretch myself out there and practice my skill shots.
Oh, that looked like it was more fun than everyone else.
Yeah.
Talk about it being a boring hole.
Yeah.
I respect that you
Variety
would
of
put some variety.
throws.
Absolutely.
So Kaidi giving it the run.
So there's something to be said for a hole like this where there's not a lot of pressure. You can just sit down out here, get a nice long C2 putt,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, we're going for it anyway, even if we're on circle 2, because it's a bit uphill and there's no danger.
Yeah, kind of nice to get the low pressure putt,
Yeah.
where you're just happy to make it, but not expecting to have to make it to keep up with the field.
Definitely. So it's a par frame.
Nice boring par frame, as we expected. And for what it's worth, we should call out, there was one birdie on hole 12. Marie Kielis
Oh,
had
nice.
a birdie there.
Good job, Maria.
So she was less bored than everyone else.
So this hole has changed a bit. Like right now it's the same as it was, I think, last year, but before it was a pure island, like a circle island. But right now we have more room on the front.
Okay, so nice little downhill, kind of a touchy little shot.
Yeah.
It's not
And
No.
the trees are getting bigger again.
right. Not a shot you can take for granted, because
No.
you really do have to get down there and try to attack inside the circle.
And the wind was right to left, if I'm not mistaken, on that day. So it can push your backhand to the left side.
And I've seen a few different approaches here. I've seen some low backhand,
Mm-hmm.
some kind of low sidearm shots.
Yeah.
I've seen some high hyzer shots. You kind of get to choose whatever feels the most comfortable, but it does have. That looked like there were some OB stakes there. Not sure if she found them or not.
Kaidi also finding that right side.
Yeah, so not an island, but it is a small green.
Yeah. So I'm also just trying to go with the low shot, like backhand low shot.
And with a straight finish,
Yeah, it was a bit too high, but still safe, so all good.
stays in bounds right
Yeah.
there on the green. What did you throw there?
It was MD3. Sintija has some work to do.
Easy little pitch up.
Yeah.
No damage done.
And drop zone is actually like gettable. You can like really go for it. It's not like very far, but
Yeah, it looks like it's maybe like 17, 18 meters out
Yeah,
there.
but it's
Makeable range.
downhill, so
Mhm. But with no danger of OB on the putt, may as well be aggressive from there. Try to save a par.
yeah. So this is me just outside of the circle.
The long birdie bid here.
See, I told you I have to be like outside of the circle.
Way to do the calculations. So with that little bit of a step through, maybe just committing to popping it out of the hand.
Yeah, probably.
Well,
More
that's
confident.
yeah. Been quite a few good long range putts. Nice to convert those, especially in a round where birdies are very, very valuable.
Yeah, and this hole is also like a separation hole because usually it's either birdie or bogey. We don't see a lot of pars. Right now, actually, like we saw some pars, but usually it's like either birdie or bogey. So this hole 14 is also for the women's. It's more like a soft par 4 because usually we're pretty close with the first throw and we just have to approach. But if it's windy, then again, nothing is easy. Even it's higher basket also, so the putting is very hard.
Yeah, we see that big rock circle surrounding the green. Slightly elevated tiers that are bringing the basket up a little higher. And you can see the OB line just going down the right side. And of course, everyone's aware that they can't let the disc turn over out of the hand.
Yeah. Usually we take a pretty stable disc, just putting it flat to the right side and letting it drop to the inbounds area.
And we've also got some OB on the left of the fairway here as well. So
sometimes it can skip over there, so you have to like. Keiti found some bug.
And this is a very difficult finishing 5 holes. There are a lot of long holes that require some very precise shots, so you better have kept some energy in the tank for this finish.
And we can see the wind is getting bigger, and also those last holes are very, very windy because they're very open, but a lot of trouble also. I think that was more to the right than she wanted, but all good there.
Yep, swinging a nice little hyzer play in. And that looks like we're getting the most out of the distance there. Nice flat release, hugging the right side of the fairway, just knowing the disc is going to stable out at the end and work its way back towards the target. So we've got 4 safe drives and 4 approaches up.
So as you can see, it's actually all how you approach, because we're all quite out there. So it's not something like really hard to do, but still you have to watch the wind and everything, how you want to putt on the green.
Not to mention the variability of all the rocks there.
Oh yeah.
Trying to play something up and let it trickle close to the basket. In fact, it looked like, Keiti maybe was going for a little more aggressive line, trying to get very close, and then left a little bit of room for the comebacker.
So a little pitch up from me. Oh.
And hitting metal seems to be a good way to go at all times.
Yeah, but sometimes it's like when there's higher baskets and you're hitting the pole or something, it can just roll away. So I was very fortunate here that it didn't roll. We're seeing nice putt from Keiti, getting her birdie. And right now we see that the flag is very calm.
And it wasn't that way when the hole started.
No.
So this could be the calm before the storm, or maybe a nice little break. Got to stay on your toes and be ready for whatever happens on the next hole as well.
Yeah, we're all just trying to putt really fast until the wind comes back.
While that flag is still, hurry up and let it go.
Yes.
But that to me is the classic putting on an elevated basket.
Yeah.
It's a different type of equation when you're doing the math on, where's my release point for this.
Yeah.
Putting uphill, it's a different set. So going overhand.
Yeah, I'm doing that because when I'm so close to the basket, it's either I'm putting too hard or I don't know, too soft, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
So this is the easiest. So now comes the hole where we can see a hazard. So the first throw is usually backhand turnover. You want to be as close to the rocks as you can and then go for it for the basket. But basket is also on the slope, so you have to be careful. A lot of OB, and as you can see, the OB on the back is on the 10-meter line. So going with the IT.
Nice, keeping it low and letting the disc turn.
They just glide so well. I don't know, it's my favorite disc.
Absolutely. Very underrated model.
Yeah.
The IT, which has been rebranded to the Lynx now.
Yeah, but it's Halo Star. It's more stable.
But good strategy to throw a disc that you can just release on a flat line and not have to worry about shaping it.
Yeah, and Keiti is doing exactly the same thing. I don't know what she's throwing, but it seems really good.
Looked like a carbon copy of the previous throw.
Yes. But it seems like a big gap, but actually it's very small and really like low ceiling.
Much lower ceiling than you would think.
Yeah,
here.
so that's the mistake you can do in here. I was doing that also on the first round, and it can go either way. It can just like punch you down, or it can roll into OB. So Sintija was very fortunate to stay in bounds. She can throw it from there.
still punishing because from there it's not easy to attack the green, so
No.
you may still end up laying it up before the rocks.
Yeah, usually we lay up and then it's all about the third shot. And right now there's wind also, so you just don't want to be in hazard.
Yep, and it looks like we are just playing that shot to where everyone else's drives ended up.
Yeah.
So kind of an unofficial penalty.
Yeah, it's kind of you are there with the second shot where everyone else is with their first. So Kaidi's going for it.
And this is such a committed shot.
Yeah.
To attack this green is not easy, and then to try to get it close to the basket is a whole different layer.
It's usually like 80 or 90 meters, a bit uphill and with the wind from where we are. So I like to take like a stable driver and just put it out there.
Oh, and
Yeah.
executed perfectly. Another
I
bullseye
don't want to
putt.
putt.
Yeah. Unless you're outside of the circle.
Yes. And Keiti's also doing a nice shot over there. Yeah.
Yeah, very, very good committed line. Hangs it just to the right of the basket and lets it fall straight down.
Now Sintija is doing her third shot.
Going for more of a pure hyzer, maybe a skip into the basket.
Oh no.
Now fall over.
Oh, that ground
Okay.
action.
Yeah.
It was a good shot.
Very good shot. Good result to not end up rolling down that hill
Yeah.
because they can take off in a hurry.
So Kaidi just sneaked in from in between the banners.
Well, if they're going to leave a gap there,
Yeah.
somebody's going to find it.
It is what it's for.
And hearing the wind pick up
Yes.
on an elevated putt, you know that's not going to be an easy one.
It's so hard to putt even when you're close because the wind is ripping sometimes. And as you can see, it's just like picking up.
Yeah, I would trust your ears more than what you're seeing from the flag. That flag makes it seem like it's a gentle breeze, but
No,
you can
it
hear it's a ripping wind.
I am taking my time, look. And I'm putting with a Toro. Just making sure that it will just go in.
That's honestly a great lesson for anybody that's watching and trying to figure out how can I help save some strokes on a windy round like this. You better know what your backup plan is for what you should putt with.
Yeah. I feel like the maybe approach disc is just sometimes really good option for that. That's
Yeah.
something overstable. So this is a par 4, hole 16, 169 meters. So the first shot it can be either forehand or a backhand. I usually just watch the wind again. So with the backhand you can definitely get more distance and like be in a better position of getting a birdie.
In the first shot, you're elevated quite a bit, throwing slightly to a downhill before you have to climb back up the next hill.
Yeah. So right now the wind was from behind and right to left a bit, so I take a forehand option. It's quite okay. So
Playing that flex line.
yeah, I'm just out there and giving myself a chance to get a birdie.
And setting up the angle on the second shot is everything here.
Yes.
Being pinched off to the left side is not going to give you a lot of room.
Yeah.
Turning too far to the right could change things a bit too. There's some tricky angles from there as
But
well.
that's still okay actually. It's the second shot is actually really hard. You can't see the basket most of the time and you have to throw uphill. The footing is not the best and yeah. That was great.
Very powerful rip there.
Yeah. Oh, it got some tree.
That cost
It-
some
yeah.
valuable distance.
It felt like so good when it came out from her hand. Sintija, I think she's throwing her heat, if I'm not mistaken.
And this is tracking on a very
Yeah.
nice line, if not for a couple of leaves getting in the way.
That's a really good spot to be. So as you can see, the basket is just right there, but you have some trees, or like in the circle.
Yeah, nice shot. Super bad.
Mm-hmm. See?
Very nice.
That's how it's done.
That is how it's done.
They make it look so easy.
Yeah, so throwing uphill like that, you could see there was a little bit of flip up on
Yes.
that disc. So
Well, I'm taking like a stable fairway, so I'm just throwing it out there, and
forcing it to the right and
Yes.
letting the disc work its way back.
I went a bit too deep, but still in the circle. We didn't even see that branch. It was like a ghost branch or something. It's like we missed it.
Yeah, I was just watching the angle of the shot, seeing the flex line she was having to
Yeah.
throw, and very
So
well
that was a
done
great
there.
shot. Yeah.
Yeah, it can be tricky playing in the woods where there's so many little things you have to be aware of. You could be just focused in on the gap, and next thing you know, there's a branch coming out of nowhere you never even saw.
Yeah. That's the most frustrating part, I think.
Oh, good long uphill bid.
Yeah, the footing is also not the best. Katie is trying to save her par. Oh,
Wow.
that was like in.
Every part of the basket.
Yes. Yeah,
And
birdie.
a very nice birdie. Picking up some steam in the last few holes, 4 birdies in a row.
Yeah, I just woke up and
And in a spot where, you know, with only 2 holes to play, it's tough to imagine you're going to catch the lead, but you've got a nice little separation over second place at this point.
and if you see me with my phone, I'm not checking the scores.
You're ordering food for after the round at
Yeah,
that
of
point?
course, of course. So this is the hole that's mentally, I feel, for me, it's really hard. You can also go with the forehand from the left gap, but you have OB over there, so I usually don't want to play that gap. And as you can see, the OB is like on the left side, on the right side, long. So I'm usually taking something more stable and just throwing it really hard.
Very small gap going on this backhand line up the middle.
Yeah.
Funny to hear you say that it plays with you mentally, because I was going to say I remember this hole from watching you absolutely park it
Yeah.
last year to take the win.
Yeah.
So, you know, different memories of the same event.
Yeah, but I failed that hole on my previous round, so I was really, really like, I had to trust myself to throw it. So now we saw what happens when you don't hit the gap. Sometimes it can kick you to the left, sometimes it can kick you to the right side. You really just have to like focus on the gap.
And
It was
playing-
measured.
This looked like it caught every bit of fairway it possibly could have
And see,
there.
all the yellow discs are in the circle.
So very nice little turnover through the gap there, staying away from most of the trouble.
Yeah.
Nearly catching some trees off to the other side. But at least that sets up the right shape to finish close to the target. Coming down the hill, like you mentioned, there's OB on either side, so it really does have to be hitting the ground flat.
And so the wind was from the tee left to right. So as we can see from the flag, if you turn it over too much or you're not taking a disc that's stable, it can go to the right side and finds that OB.
And Sintija did stay in bounds there on her drive.
But it's not the easiest throw over there. Katie found OB.
You can tell it's blowing a little bit harder than what it felt like from the tee pad.
Yeah.
Nice approach from there out in the open, just a measurement of the distance.
So I left myself a putt where like wind is like so strong.
Straight headwinds.
Yeah, I'm just checking my clock and starting the time for
Yeah.
myself.
How much of your 30 seconds do you want to use here?
All of them. And one point you have to understand that the wind is not going away.
Well, you strap in,
Yeah.
commit to the putt, keep the nose angle right where it needs to be, drilled a birdie for your 5th in a row.
Yeah.
And a solid putt there. That's one that can get away from you if you're not focused up, so good bogey save.
So on this hole, it's like birdies and bogeys. Sintija is gonna tap in her bogey. Yes.
And
So
ordering food again there
Yeah.
on your phone, huh?
Yeah.
Man, walking into the final hole, one of the most picturesque holes in all of Estonia.
Yeah. 188 meters. I'm gonna say the women are not going for the basket. if you thought that we're going for it, no. We're just trying to put it on the fairway, on the right side, and then we can see what kind of shot we have there.
Yeah, and playing short of the basket does not guarantee that it's an easier path to the
Yeah,
basket.
yeah.
This is still very difficult playing down to that open spot in the center. I went for it only because I didn't know how to attack it any other way. I didn't really have a chance of reaching it, but I knew that playing this shot here that you'll be playing is still a very difficult line. So
Yeah. I'm just throwing a mid-range, so it's not skipping or anything, it's just out there. The problem in here is like when you find the OB, the drop zone is pretty far. It's like, I think it's 105 meters or something, and you have to throw it like over the OB, so you don't want to be there.
yeah, I feel like the veteran move here, you know the danger of the OB.
Yes.
So playing it safe off the tee is something you expect the experienced players to do.
Yeah, if your first shot is in a safe area, then you're already doing fine. And we saw all the great shots, actually. We're all good.
And of course, Sintija just making sure not to let anything crazy happen here.
Yeah.
Playing smart, keeping it in bounds. She could chip her way up there very easily. This is going to have to sit.
Yeah,
And
all
it
good.
does.
So now the second shot, usually, and you can see from her ponytail, it's a good wind reader mark. The wind is left to right, so if you put, if you throw it hyzer, it can just keep on gliding hyzer, and the wind just pushing it down.
Yeah, it's not going to let the disc travel too
No.
far to the left at
No.
that point. It can be tricky, especially if you're trying to throw up and over the OB and expect your disc to swing left. A little bit of left to right wind will prevent that from happening.
Yeah.
And this
So,
is very
safe,
close, but
safe.
finds the good side of the line.
Yeah, she got lucky over there. She was like, oh, almost.
Playing
So-
for the bank shot off of the retaining wall there.
Yeah. So I was like, I don't want to throw this. I'm going to take my Firebird and I'm just going to put it more wide. I just want to take my par and go home.
Right, you're in no position to have to do anything
No,
crazy.
no.
Just putting it up there safe is a good play. And this could be some separation. Battle for third place here. Trying to get aggressive and get this long putt in.
Yeah. At least she went for it. So
Committed. And
Yeah.
the beauty of being able to lay up on the final hole.
yeah.
And it looks like Sintija's got that exact same honor.
Yeah. You just want to be there.
With 5 strokes, you know, sure, you could go for it if you want to.
Yeah. Well, Kaidi can take her meter in. A bit of a headwind over there.
And looks like Katie found her way just where the trees could be a factor on this short putt.
Yeah, she can make it with no problem.
And sneaks it in.
Yeah, getting a par. Par is really good in here.
And a good par there to finish out a really strong back nine for yourself.
And we have a winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, your FPO Champion of Baltic Disc Championship, Alutaguse Open 2026, Sintija Klezberga.
So congratulations to Sintija. She deserved it. The second round in Alutaguse was like insane. So it was really fun to see her winning this thing.
Yeah, obviously played great to come into this round with such a sizable lead. Way to put some pressure on her down the stretch, but looked like she was able to take down the victory with, I don't even see any sweat.
Yeah, and friendly hugs after the round.
So congratulations to Sintija, and I'd like to thank everybody for watching the coverage here. Obviously a event that players are looking forward to playing year round, and one that we think you guys should check out if you ever have the opportunity. So Anneli, thank you for joining me here on the coverage today. Here we see our podium and tournament director Timo posing.
Yes, thank you for having me, and it was actually a pleasure to see some other countries in Alutaguse Open and also winning this event. So I'm really happy to see Latvia having their own star.
A lot of good success to come as well.
Thank you for watching.
We'll see you next time.